Well, as the news broke that there would be a ban on liquor sales during the 21-day lockdown, South Africans, of course, flocked to bottle stores to stock up. But World Without Wine founder Janet Gourand believes turning to booze to cope with the coronavirus crisis is the last thing we should be doing at the moment. Let's chat to her. She's joining us via Skype this afternoon. Janet, a very good afternoon, and thanks so much for your time. So I suppose most of us know, yes, what the risks are, what the dangers are, but just outline for us, yes, the impact that this could have for most families.
Yeah, well, I do believe it's the worst thing. You know, the one thing, it's stocking up on toilet rolls, groceries, but, you know, stocking up on booze, it's not the best idea. Because we've got to stay healthy, we've got to stay strong, we've got an external threat out there, we've got to keep our immune system strong. And if there's one thing we know about alcohol, it weakens our immune system. And it also weakens our sleep patterns, we need our rest, and it disrupts our mental health and raises our anxiety. All the things that we really need at the moment.
Well, I suppose, you know, there might be some, Janet, who will argue, but, you know, this is going to be a little bit of my coping mechanism, that I might be a little more stressed. I might be that parent who is a better parent after a glass of wine. I play with my children. So what would you say to those folks?
Well, I'd say there's no situation that alcohol won't make worse. And really, well, there's a saying that I like. It says, drinking alcohol is like pouring gasoline on our anxiety. It actually makes everything worse. And I know one gets a little relief to begin with, but it soon wears off. And it's tough, you know, 24/7 with our families, because most relationships thrive on having some time apart. But this time we don't have that option, so we need to keep calm. And also, you know, we need to keep a clear head. Maybe there'll be an emergency. We have to look after one of our family. It's not really the time to drown our sorrows.
Okay, so you're saying stay away from it completely, not just don't overdo it, just don't do it at all.
Well, for many of us, I mean, I was one of those people. I don't drink at all now. But for many of us, once we start drinking, it's very hard to stop. And, you know, one glass turns into two, that turns into 3 or 4. So I feel that, you know, if we spend 3 weeks drowning our sorrows, then we're going to emerge from this with, we're going to have a weakened immune system, we're going to have an increased dependence on alcohol, and we might even have a divorce on our hands.
Yeah, well, I hear that, you know, there'll be many cases of that alcohol and no alcohol related, but yeah, I suppose, you know what, Janet, there will be people who will get to their point where they're going to be itching for a drink. They're going to say, okay, this is the time, especially if it's a Saturday or a Friday afternoon, you know, the time they usually would be out, maybe with the girls, with the boys, or date night or whatever it is. Let's get practical. Let's give them some tips on how to get over that and deal with that, maybe the last a few minutes, deal with that craving. Let's just give them some alternatives or what to do when that moment strikes.
Sure. I mean, I would say that we're in such an unprecedented situation here. Maybe it's an opportunity to try and instill some new routines. I mean, if you're at home with kids, this is obviously the time to maybe let them help set a timetable, let them help you with the chores, get them organising the hand washing, playing some music to do the hand washing, to you know, try and make it fun, and exercise as much as we can. You know, even if it's running around our yards, it's good to do something. So just, you know, maybe use this opportunity to do something else. And we offer online and community support for 21 days, the lockdown challenge. It's absolutely free if anybody would like a bit of support, because I know it's not easy. It's not something I could have done.
It does take 21 days to break a habit, am I right? Is that sort of the time frame?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so take advantage of that. And you are, is it World Without Wine? If you just want to give us the actual website very quickly for those who want to join the challenge. It's not too late. You can start your 21 days today or tomorrow, being Monday.
Absolutely. worldwithoutwine.com, and it's on the homepage. You'll see the lockdown challenge.
Okay. All right, fantastic. Thank you very much, Janet Gourand, coming up with some alternatives. Yeah.